So the reason why I think killing a fetus is not killing a person, is not morally wrong, is because I only value humans with consciousness like ours, right? And you see, fetuses don't have that. So I don't really care about them. And you know who else doesn't have that? Brain dead patients in the hospital. We kill them too.
It, no, that doesn't make sense, dude. No, it's a human.
So are brain
It's a
dead
human.
patients, right? But we kill them all the time.
We kill what?
Brain dead patients?
Dead What? Huh?
Brain dead patients.
That's totally different. Totally
Well,
different. Because I know I've had no. Hold up, both my parents have been brain dead. Total. That's two total different subjects.
I will say brain dead patients are very different from fetuses. But one similarity that they both share is being a human life. So when you argue that it's murder to kill a fetus because it's a human life, that principle must be all encompassing, meaning logically, you'd have to also say it's murder to kill a brain dead patient.
Well, not if there's no blood pumping. I mean, you pull the plug when there's no blood pumping, and the only thing that's pumping the blood, keeping them alive, is the machine.
Just like the
Now
only
that's
thing that's
just
keeping a fetus alive
technology.
is
That's
the
technology. That
biological resources from the mother.
no, no, that's not going to work either. And
Yeah,
you know, no, murder,
yeah,
abortion is killing a human being. Period.
right.
Period.
Because you are revoking
Because
its
you don't want
access.
it to go continue to live.
So it kills a fetus by
No,
at least the yes. The answer there is yes. So you could kill a fetus by revoking its access to external means that it needs to survive,
and
like
I mean
the
I've got all this experience, so I mean no, it's wrong. I don't care if I've done it or who else has done it, because I have. It's not cool, dude. It's murder in every sense.
gam gam. Do you think there's just about anything that I could say that would ever change your mind?
There is absolutely nothing you could ever say that would change my mind about abortion. No,
I I I I, I think that's true.
because it's
Okay.
just giving people the right to go out. I mean, this is something you can prevent happening, is it not?
You can prevent
You can
what from
prevent getting
happening.
pregnant.
You could
You
prevent
can
getting
have
pregnant
sex
by
and
like
prevent
not
getting pregnant at the same time.
oh, like with contraceptives, condoms and whatnot.
Anything somebody with common sense would do.
So
If you don't want to
55
get pregnant, why don't you close your legs? Number
uh
one. Number two, if you're not going to close your legs, at least respect your body enough.
to ask you a question, Gam Gam. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Listen to this, Gam Gam. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to embody you in the argument I'm about to make. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Gam Gam,
Go
you've been
for it.
smoking them damn cigarettes all your life. And you know what?
Oh,
For a
shoot.
lot of people that smoke those cigarettes, they end up getting lung cancer. All right? You want to know one way that you could have prevented that lung cancer? Gam Gam, it was by closing your damn lips.
That's right.
It was by stopping
That's right.
sucking on those cigarettes.
That's
So
self.
so so therefore, Gam Gam, just give me a minute. Therefore, Gam Gam, if you do get lung cancer, you shouldn't be able to get chemotherapy to kill it.
I don't want it.
You
So,
shouldn't legally have the ability to go to a hospital and have a medical health professional take care of that lung cancer.
agree.
What? Gam. You don't think that
What?
people that develop lung cancer by smoking cigarettes should be able to access health care?
Self-inflicted.
Oh no, Gam. God damn it.
I mean,
Gam.
that's your scenario.
Oh,
Because I
no.
agree with you. I mean, on that one, am I still here?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's murder. It's plain murder. I don't know.
Gam, if I'm like driving a car and I'm acknowledging the risk of a drunk driver T-boning me, and a drunk driver does T-bone me, I shouldn't be able to get medical like health, medical health care because I knew that could be a result of me driving. Was getting
Okay,
T-boned by a drunk driver.
that's not a good metaphor either.
I actually think it
Even
is because like getting
yeah.
T-boned by a drunk driver was a risk that was out of my control, similar to like developing lung cancer from smoking cigarettes.
That's self-inflicted,
Well,
and I
I
will agree with you. Hey, if I smoke, no, I
well,
don't need nobody wasting their tax dollars on me because
well,
I'm self-independent.
now you're having a
Um,
conversation about like it being like socialized and paid for by tax dollars, but the conversation should probably be if individuals should just have access to the resources at all, even if they pay for it themselves. So would you argue that like women that want abortions should have access, but they just have to pay for it themselves?
no,
No, okay, so it doesn't really matter who's paying for it.
correct.
Okay, so then why did you bring up who's paying for it?
I, I didn't.
Okay, game. I have one last thing I'd like to ask you. Are you familiar with IUDs?
With what now?
IUDs,
Yes.
intrauterine devices?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think that women should have access to IUDs?
Women should have access to any type of birth control.
Okay. So IUDs, around half the time, they'll actually let conception happen, but then they'll just prevent it from implanting into the uterine lining, which essentially means that they're starving these newly conceived human lives to death. Okay? And you don't take any issue with that. So why do you take issue with killing a fetus if you don't take issue with killing a zygote, given that both the fetus and the zygote are humans that are alive?
No, that's not a good metaphor either.
Well, I think it is. What's the
No.
difference between the zygote and the fetus that makes it wrong to kill a fetus, but not wrong to kill the zygote?
I mean, you got the morning after pill, you can take a pill. You have a lot of things you can do to not get pregnant and still satisfy your whatever.
Well,
Am I
actually,
correct? Am I correct there?
well, like one of these things that you're saying you could do to like prevent continued pregnancy is by having an IUD that kills a zygote, just like you could prevent continued pregnancy by getting an abortion that kills a fetus. So why is it okay to kill a zygote to prevent continued pregnancy, but it's not okay to kill a fetus to prevent continued pregnancy?
Okay. Because whatever's going on, there's no sperm meeting no egg and creating
Oh, yeah, but the
a
zygote is
being.
a zygote is after the sperm meets the egg. The zygote is like right after the sperm meets the egg. It's a first stage of
Okay,
human
maybe that's
development.
why they haven't been very popular in probably 40 years then. I mean, I've never had one, so, I wouldn't know. But the one thing I do know is killing a baby from day one is murder.
So IUDs
We
murder?
as women and men as men should take on the responsibility. My bad. Should take on the my bad. Should take on the responsibility of not getting to that point. Can we agree there?
To be fair, I don't even know what you just said. We were kind of interrupted.
Okay.
Earlier, did you say that you've had an abortion?
Yes.
So, do you identify yourself as a murderer?
In that case, yeah.
Cam. No, you're
Yes.
not. You're not a murderer.
Yes.
Do you think you should go to jail?
I should be. I will have my own punishment.
Should all murderers just have their own punishment?
No.
Just you?
So you're twisting it. No.
I think that just makes it clear that deep down inside, you know it's not murder. And
Okay.
I want you to explore that. I want you to explore that, Gam Gam. That thought that's deep down inside of you, you're like, fuck, I didn't do anything wrong when I got that abortion. It helped me a shit ton. Well, that is the same thought that exists in every single woman that either wants access to abortion or has gotten an abortion. And it is so important that we recognize the value in that. Abortions can really help women and can really help the future generation of children in America because we're ensuring there is not unwanted children being placed in unready households.
And we can start by educating. We can
Yeah.
start by prevention
Yeah.
so we don't get to that point.
How about you do that instead? And instead of saying, well, I think abortion is murder, therefore let's ban it for everyone. Um, let's
I didn't say ban it for everyone, but I mean, because they're not going to do it. But that's just what it is. And I'm not. I don't tiptoe around. And we know this. I'm not going to tiptoe around a subject.
All right, Gam Gam. Is there anything else that you want to talk about outside of abortion? Oh my God.
Yeah, I
Wait, well,
want you. I,
I'm so sorry, Gam Gam. Cynthia from 50 minutes ago. Oh my God. Cynthia, if you're in here, I'm so sorry that I did not read this off sooner. Cynthia, with the $300 donation on Venmo. Oh my God.
this is the devil. This whole program.
Thank you so much for the love, Cynthia. Can we please show some love to Cynthia down below in the chat? I don't even know if Cynthia's still in here. I really hope that she is. So I just responded to her donation by saying, I'm shouting you out on live right now. Thank you so much for the love, Cynthia. Let's get 3,000 Cynthia W's down below in the chat for the $300. And also Donald and Beth with the $50 each over on Venmo. Thank you for the love, Donald and Beth. And oh my God, dude. I just want to see so many Cynthia W's. I want to see so many Donald W's, so many Beth W's. You guys are so incredibly kind, guys. Thank you so much, Beth, Cynthia, and Donald. Everybody, please show some love to them. That is just so incredibly kind. Thank you all so very much. And then also, Nicole, thank you for the $5 on Venmo 7 minutes ago, saying for Gam Gam. And then Sandra, thank you for the $25 donation on Venmo, saying for speaking up and making a difference. Thank you so much for the love, Sandra. That is so incredibly kind of you guys. Everybody, please, please, please show some love to the donors down below in the chat. And I did hear something that you said there, Mima. You said that this program's of the devil. Why do
Yeah.
you think that about me?
No, 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 not you. Not just you. The whole TikTok thing.
Oh, why is TikTok of the devil?
Because it can bring out some unruly things. And I mean, people are just like really, they're way out there, just over so many different subjects that's unreal that has absolutely nothing to do with
Well, I
or
will say,
other than spreading hate. To me, it's a hate spreader.
well, Gam Gam, I don't want to be the devil.
I was not referring to you. I was referring to, and please have all your people not to comment on my page and calling me racist, calling me names. I mean that's kind of a bully thing, and I mean
Gam Gam, I know you could still hear me right now. I kicked you because you saying that was just going to bring it on to a whole new level. I I honestly, that was very nice of me to do. That was very nice of me to do. So Gam Gam, I know you could still hear me. You were just kicked from the live, so we can no longer hear you. The reason I kicked you from the live was because you were about to bring on so much more comments all over your page. I saved you, Gam Gam. We're gonna go ahead and move on to the next guest. Everyone, just give us a minute, y'all. All right, everyone, just be patient here. Be patient here. All right. If you're in that queue, make sure that you do indeed support Trump. Let's go and get that next guest up in the box. Oh my God. Yo, Sid, thank you so much for the $100 donation over on YouTube. Saying the TikTok devil told me to do this. I don't know. Dude, oh my God, W devil. I'm just kidding. W Sid down below in that chat right now. SYD for the $100 super chat. Oh my God, dude, thank you so much for the love. And then also Saleo with a $15 over on YouTube Super Chat as well. And Cynthia with another $50 donation on Venmo. Cynthia says, Gam Gam is jealous I didn't give her $300. Anyways, I love you, Dean. I love you too, Cynthia. Thank you so much for the insane amount of love. If we could all please continue to show some love to Cynthia and Sid down below in that chat. And as well as Maya with the $25 on Venmo. Maya says, I paid for my friend's abortion in her early teen years because she came from a very conservative family. She never paid me back due to falling out, and I would do it again. We deserve the right to choose. Absolutely, Maya. It's actually funny. I have a weirdly similar story. Funny enough. But thank you so much for the love, Maya. That is incredibly kind of you. What's up? How do I pronounce her name?
Synozier.
Synozier?
Yes.
Nice. Do you support Trump?
No, I do not. But, however, I wanted to take...
I'm sorry, man. We're just looking for debates. We're going to move on to the next guest. Everyone just give us a minute. Dude, also, everyone click on my main account down there in the bottom right-hand corner. We got verified, man! Isn't that sick? Also, Brody, thank you so much for the $20 over on YouTube Super Chat. We need better pew control. Pray for Florida State University. Yeah, that's right, guys. Do you know if any news has come out about any, people that have been, unfortunately died or been hurt in the shooting? I would love to, know some more specifics about what happened earlier today. What's going on, LTTL? Do you support Trump?
Yes.
All right. Have we already talked? I feel like your name's pretty familiar.
We may have, to be honest. So if I got a skedaddle, it's all cool.
Okay. Yeah, I think I do remember you. Yeah, you have been on before. We're going to get that next guest up in here, by the way, guys. If you are watching and you'd like to support me, you can find the link to my Venmo and my PayPal down below in the link tree in the bio. Y'all already know. Let's go and get that next person up here. Go ahead and spam maggot down below in that chat if you would like to join. I'd also like to thank Shirley for... Oh, my God. Wow. Shirley for the $85 over on PayPal. This was from a minute ago. I'm so sorry for not seeing this sooner, Shirley. Everybody, please show some love to Shirley down below in that comment section for the $85 over on PayPal. I really hope Shirley's still in here with us. Also, Linda with a 20, Handa with a 10, Doc with a 10, Matthew with a 20. Thank you all so very much. Aiden with a 12, Cervelo with a 30, Brooke with a 15. Thank you all so very much. I'm so sorry. I haven't caught up on PayPal in a while. Thank you guys all so much. What is going on, Daryl? Do you support Trump? No, keep going. You're going to get lightheaded.
Hey, Dean, my name's Cletus, and I'm 69 years old. I voted for Donald J.
sorry. That whoever was blowing in the mic on their phone wasn't really doing it that well. They were kind of missing the microphone port, so it wasn't doing it as effectively as they could have done it. So I was just gonna let them go until they got super lightheaded and had to stop. But I was like, no, I'll be nice to them. Then apparently we had Cletus come up here. Who the fuck is Cletus? I don't know. I got scared and I kicked him. I'm not gonna lie. Sorry, guys. Fight or flight kicked in. What's up, Summer? Do you support Trump?
No, but my entire family does, and I just want to thank you.
Oh, Summer, you're awesome. I love you so much. Thank you so much.
Bye.
I hope you have a good rest of your day. Have a good one, Summer. Let's go to get that next guest up in the box here. Everyone, do just go ahead and just give us one moment, y'all. Also, we are nearing in on the end of our live. It's been around 4 hours. Sarah with a $3 saying 2 unalived, 5 injured. Man, that's so sad, bro. That's so scary. That is so scary. What's going on, Ray? Do you support Trump?
Yeah.
Okay, Ray, why is that?
Well, I was pushed away from being a Democrat.
Why?
Well, as soon as I started making money, I was pretty much accosted by all of my friends, family, saying, "Oh yeah, you're making money now. You gotta pay us," So it felt like
Brother, what?
taxing, you know?
Your family members asked you for money, so then you're like, I'm gonna vote for the rapist?
No.
Okay. Run it back. Re-explain it. Maybe I wasn't picking up what you were putting down.
Well, every Democrat that I've come across has basically just shunned me for having money that I've worked for very hard.
That's
all
not
of my
true at
life.
all. That's not true at all, man. But
No,
just
the
because
ones that I've come across.
God damn, I'm gonna shun you because you're making so much money. Sorry, sir, you're shunned in this space because of your net income.
No, the ones that I've come across personally is what I'm saying.
Okay, I don't really. What?
Yeah. So in my mind, it
so you
felt
voted
like
for
the
Trump
tax.
because Democrats you've met have shunned you?
Yeah, I was pushed away from being a Democrat.
Everybody, shun Ray right now.
Thank you.
Oh shit! Thank you. He wants it. Get out of here. That's weird. That is all. Get out of here. Oh wow. Okay. No, we're gonna go to move on to the next guest. Everyone, just give us a minute. All right, everyone, just go ahead and just give us a minute. You guys, we got the next guest loading up into the box. So what's going on? Do you support Trump?
I don't, but I just wanted to say something else.
Oh, sorry, man. We were just looking to debate Trump supporters. I'm sorry, guys. I'm like rarely like lost for words. I'm not gonna lie though. I was a little bit lost for words with that. Like, what do you mean you? How do I debate that? Like, should I just like give him my condolences that he's been shot? I don't know. I don't know. I didn't know how to respond to that, and my apologies. So, all right, guys, go ahead and drop a maggot down below in the comment section right now. We're gonna get you up here for probably like our last conversation or two of the night. We'll probably do another guest or two before we do hop off. All right, let's go to get that next guest up. We do have somebody that I just want to bring up real quick. Everyone, just give us a minute. Be patient. Give us 1 second, Georgia. Everyone, do be patient. Let's see if he loads in. Oh, damn, he's not loading in. So RC's been in my guest requests all day. I was just going to bring him up and thank him for waiting like a good boy and then kick him, but he's not even here. Georgia, go ahead and unmute that mic. All right, Georgia's not here, so we're going to go and get that next guest up in here. Everybody, just do be patient. Do give us a minute. Let's try to get that next guest up. Let's see if we can get Dalts up in the live. Here we go, y'all. If you're spamming MAGA down below in the comment section, expect me to invite you, and I would appreciate it if you would accept. It looks like Dalts accepted, but he quickly left. That was odd. Maybe we could try to get edit name up in the box. Travis, thank you for the $10 over on YouTube Super Chat. Said I cooked today. Thank you, Travis. Today was all right. What's going on? Edit name. Do you support Trump? Do you support Trump? Edit name?
Yes. No. Both.
Okay. Brain on now.
Yes, no, both.
Leave right now. Quite frankly. Moving on to Alex. Here we go. See, like, we're like 4 hours deep into the stream now, and I'm definitely pretty like fed up with the bullshit at this point in the stream. So I'm probably a little bit more like brash with people. So if there's like people that are just now like tuning in, try to keep it in mind. I've already been at it for like 4 hours today. You know what I mean?
Hello.
What's up, Alex? You support Trump?
No, I don't. Actually, I just want to say something. Whoever joins the
WU. What's up, Ethan? You support Trump?
Yes, I do.
All right. You commented some shit in the chat. Oh, you said I'm uneducated.
Yeah, you are. You know what you're talking about. You just voted Kamala because it's a party. You're a Democratic.
Ethan, I think I'm like very educated.
Yeah, what? Because you just have a bunch of sources in the back of your mind?
Yes, actually. That is one of the reasons why I think I'm very educated.
It's all biased, though. It's all opinionated.
Okay, let's test that theory. Are you ready?
Yeah.
So one of the claims that I make is that America is barreling towards a recession, and my sources in the back of my mind to justify this is the chairman of the Fed, Jerome Powell, picked by Trump, saying that his tariffs are going to slow GDP growth. J.P. Morgan predicting a recession in this year. Same thing with Goldman Sachs, as well as the Atlanta Fed, which is a bank under the Federal Reserve. Explain to me how these sources are wrong and biased.
Okay, we knew there was going to be a recession when they added tariffs, but it's for the long-term growth of America.
Oh, damn. So it seems like the one claim I just make as an example, you concede to. So
but you're turning it in a bad way.
So, well, tariffs, recessions are bad. But before we even get on to a debate about that, I want to know, what are one of these beliefs that I hold that are just kind of backed by uneducated, biased gibberish?
I mean, your immigration beliefs are just dumb. I mean, we had to get rid of the illegal immigrants.
Oh, so because I think that mass deportation is a bad thing, that makes me dumb. Okay, let me ask you a question. What are one way that undocumented migrants in America are hurting the American economy?
They're getting paid under the table. They're decreasing wages for normal U.S. citizens.
Okay, all right. So about getting paid under the table, undocumented migrants as a demographic don't all get paid under the table. In fact, they pay $100 billion in taxes on the federal, state, and local level. However, I am okay with accepting the claim they're more likely to get paid under the table. Then what about the second claim, saying that they decrease wages? So undocumented migrants do get lower wages on average compared to American citizens. Do you know why?
Because they have leverage over them. The companies have leverage over them.
Right. They have less bargaining power than citizens.
Exactly.
So, in other words, what we just came to the revelation about is that undocumented migrants get paid less because they're not citizens or residents without documentation, as well as undocumented migrants are more likely to get paid under the table because they're not citizens, residents, and they don't have documentation. So, in other words, we could fix the only two issues that you brought up insofar as how undocumented migrants hurt our economy, by giving them paperwork, by giving them residency, and that's why
it's not so easy. You can't just do that.
Well, it's easier than mass deportation.
I mean, we just got to show that it's not okay to break into America.
Okay, so why are you pivoting? I asked you to name two any ways that undocumented migrants hurt the American economy, and then I detailed to you exactly how the ways that you brought up could be very
You're saying just make a pathway to citizenship. If you could do that, why did Joe Biden not do that?
Citizenship.
Why did Joe Biden not do that?
Likely because the DNC and Democrats don't hold views as far left as my own.
Exactly.
Well, you're saying exactly as if you ate. I don't understand.
What was Kamala gonna do? What was Kamala gonna do?
Kamala is how you pronounce her name. I wouldn't recommend calling other people uneducated if you can't pronounce simple words. Now,
I mean, it's the same name.
So actually, it's the incorrect pronunciation.
Not really. You can pronounce it however you like.
Actually, typically, no. That's not how it works.
I'm pretty sure people can say their name differently.
Okay, Itan. So
yeah.
Itan, we're gonna go ahead and just
continue. I mean, some Chinese people may call me that. I mean,
what?
That's how it is. People just pronounce names differently.
Okay, hey, real quick, how many branches of government are there?
3.
Can you name them?
Yeah. You got the legislative, the judicial, and the executive.
Okay, so you're educated enough to know what the 3 branches of government are, but as soon as I bring up that you're mispronouncing Kamala Harris's name, you say, but Chinese people? What the fuck are you talking about?
I mean, why are we talking about this? This has nothing
just because I just merely pointed out that it's funny that you call me uneducated, but then you can't pronounce a damn name.
I mean, it's a name.
A name that is pronounced as Kamala Harris.
I mean, she's not president. You don't really gotta know her name. It's not important.
Okay, so you're saying anybody that's not president is unimportant?
I mean, not historically, no.
Okay, so you're gonna die an unimportant man?
Maybe. I might do some good stuff.
Wait, but you can't do good stuff to become important unless you're president, according to your own standard.
Well, not just being president, but I mean...
Oh, so you can be important without being president?
Some people, yeah, depending on what you do.
Great, so then I'd highly implore you to just pronounce Kamala Harris's name as Kamala Harris.
Okay.
Good boy. So anyways, where were we?
I forgot. You were yapping.
Oh, so do you need me to, instead of giving you the nuance with statements out of my mouth, I could just kind of condense it down to 5 words on a piece of polka dot paper with crayon. Would that
Hey,
work
go
better
ahead
for
and do
you?
that. Go ahead and do that.
Unfortunately, you called my bluff. I didn't expect you to actually want the polka dot paper with crayon.
Yeah, because you can't explain it in simple terms.
What would you like me to explain in simple terms?
Go ahead.
What do you want me to explain in simple terms?
No, no, you're the one yapping about it. I told you 2 ways that illegal immigrants, harm the country.
Oh, yeah. So you said they get lower wages on average, as well as they're more likely to get paid under the table, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's bad for the economy, is it not?
So the reason why they get lower wages on average is because they have less bargaining power than U.S. citizens. More bargaining power means higher wages, and we could give undocumented migrants the same amount of bargaining power as you and I by giving them a pathway to residency or citizenship. And then as well as the idea that undocumented migrants are more likely to get paid under the table. And of course, that can easily be fixed by offering them a pathway to residency or citizenship. Insofar as that being harmful to the economy, that'd only be harmful to the economy if they got paid under the table to the extent of no longer being productive providers, which is not true, as undocumented migrants pay $100 billion per year in taxes on the federal, state, and local level.
I mean, if you could just give everybody pathway to citizenship, I mean, we would have done that by now. You can't do that
Okay, and why can't you do that?
because system's too complex. You can't just give it to
The system
anybody.
is too complex. Well, so you're basically like denoting a practicality concern?
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's actually more practical to do mass amnesty than mass deportation. The reason why I say this is because we have millions of undocumented migrants who are either going to become citizens, residents, or be deported. Are these millions of people going to be more cooperative with a plan that benefits them and gives them residency or citizenship in America, or cooperative with a plan that rips them from their family and disappears them to El Salvador?
Okay, we also have to send a message to people from Mexico and
So
Canada.
now you're pivoting. Answer my question, Ethan. Which plan would undocumented migrants be more cooperative with, mass amnesty or mass deportation?
It depends. They're gonna hide either
No,
way.
it doesn't depend. Which plan are they going to be more cooperative with? One that benefits them or one that doesn't benefit them?
I mean, they're gonna pick the one that benefits them, but
Okay, so what benefits undocumented
it's gonna
migrants
be
more?
so much harder
Sending
to
them
do.
to their home country or making them citizens or residents?
I mean, it's gonna make them a citizen, but of course.
Oh, okay, so they're going to be more cooperative with mass amnesty, meaning that
can't
mass
just do
amnesty is more
that.
practical than mass deportation.
You can't just do that. They should have
why is
came the right way.
So why can't you just do
Because
mass amnesty? What's the other
We
practicality
can't
concern?
just give out citizenship like
And
it's
why
nothing.
and why can't you offer undocumented migrants a pathway to residency or citizenship?
We
You're
do
basically
offer
saying you
it.
can't because you can.
We do offer it.
Oh, so now you're saying that it's already something that we do, so
It's
therefore
just not.
we can
It's
do
just
it.
not very good. It's not a very good system right now. I mean, we're
Oh,
working on
okay.
it.
So you think that the
But
system can't be better?
until-
Is that your
until-
position?
Until we fix the system up.
So I
and
just
make
want to
it better.
clarify. You don't think the system can be better, and that's what you mean when you say
No,
we can't do
it can be better. We need to fix it
Oh, okay.
up.
So now you're contradicting yourself. So who's the uneducated one now? You told me 10 seconds ago that it can't be done, and now you're saying that we already do it and we
It can't
can
be
make it
done
better.
as of now. We have to deport them it's quicker to deport people than make a new system. I'm 18.
Well, were you born? Apparently, it says underage on your account.
Bro, what? I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, so
I'm a
anyways.
senior in high school. That's probably why. I'm a senior in high
Oh,
school.
no
but I'm
wonder you're so
18.
fucking annoying. You're in high school.
Okay, but I'm a senior in high school, 18. I'm educated more than everybody in here.
Really, Ethan?
Yeah, I just don't research all day. I mean, I'll
Okay,
have stuff.
if you're more educated than everybody in here, I want you to describe to me exactly why the chairman of the Federal Reserve thinks that Donald Trump's imposition of tariffs will slow GDP growth and cause inflation.
You said what?
If you're more educated than anybody in here, including myself, explain to me why the chairman of the Fed thinks that Donald Trump's tariffs will slow GDP growth and cause inflation.
I mean, because we're not going to be getting as much trade.
Okay, so we're not getting as much trade.
We're not getting as much imports.
Okay, so imports are going down, and is that all? So because imports go down, that's what slows GDP growth and causes inflation?
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so this is wrong. So, in a more nuanced perspective, the reason why Donald Trump's tariffs will slow GDP growth and cause inflation is because A, the tariffs increase the price of the goods that are imported, as well as the raw materials that American manufacturers use to produce the goods they make. And B, it will slow GDP growth not only because of a reduction in imports, but also because of a reduction in consumer confidence, an increase in consumer spending, and a lack of confidence and predictability in future markets, meaning that trillions of dollars are evaporated in thin air at US markets. So see how I was able to give a significantly better response to that question than you? So when you say things such as you're the most educated person in here, you're likely wrong?
At the same time, we don't even have tariffs on different countries anymore. It's on pause because we're going to negotiate better terms where it helps America. And we're going to get more people to invest in America instead of just buying stuff from China and stuff.
Oh, so you care about investment in American manufacturing?
Yes, I feel like Apple and Nvidia invested
So
$500 billion each.
I have a question. Under what presidency was investment in manufacturing booming? Biden and Harris's presidency or Trump's first term?
Trump.
Wrong.
His
Biden and
second
Harris's
term.
term. No,
His
even
second term.
wrong. It actually has gone stagnant
Eventually.
since his inauguration. We had a big boom in manufacturing investment under the Biden-Harris administration, stagnant under Trump's first term, and the day he went into office, it went stagnant again. Wrong,
All
wrong,
Biden
wrong, and
did
wrong,
was
and
just
wrong.
cause inflation, make gas prices go up, and he just tore up the economy by sending so much money to Ukraine and all this.
Okay, so how did Biden cause inflation?
The biggest cause for inflation is sending money to foreign countries, and he did a bunch of that.
Okay, so
Just handed out $100 billion to Ukraine, more than that.
okay, so explain to me how him giving over $100 billion to Ukraine caused inflation.
Because that's money going out of America's economy
So if
with nothing in return.
So if money leaves America's economy, seemingly you're decreasing the money supply, which seemingly should actually reduce inflation.
How would that reduce inflation? What?
Because you're decreasing the available money supply in the market?
So you're saying we can just send out so much American money and inflation is not going to go up?
Actually, yeah, that is kind of what you're decreasing the available money supply in the market. So, I mean, if anything, sending money out of the economy does not, at the bare minimum, doesn't increase inflation because it's being sent out of the market. Like money printed and spent inside of the American economy will cause more inflation than money sent outside of the American economy. Yeah, that's like Econ 101.
No.
Yes, it is. Wait. What causes inflation?
More government spending.
Okay, well, more so an increase in the M2 money supply.
When we send $100 billion to Ukraine, is that not government spending?
So that is government spending. So if you just
Exactly.
think it's
Inflation
generally
goes
government
up.
spending that causes inflation, well, then you'd obviously agree with me by saying that Trump caused twice as much of inflation as Biden and Harris, since he spent $8.6 trillion and Biden and Harris only spent $4.6 trillion, according to the CRBF, right?
The entire point is Trump is trying to decrease how much we're spending. That's why we're not sending so much to different countries.
Oh, actually, he's more expensive for government expenditure. According to the CBO and the Treasury, it is the case that his policy costs over $10 trillion. Meanwhile, Kamala Harris's policy costs around $4 trillion. He's worse for government expenditure than Kamala Harris was.
Trump has no policy, so I don't know what we're talking about here. He hasn't done any new policies for the second term.
So, is this a joke?
It's not a joke. He hasn't done any new policies for a second term yet.
Okay, so he ran on a collection of policy, including tax cuts. Okay, and like the predominant driver of his
We're still on
expensive
Biden's
policy.
economy plan.
So you think taxes are too high right now?
Yeah.
Would you ever vote for the tax code we're currently under again?
No.
Hey, Ethan.
Yeah, what's up?
We've been under Donald Trump's tax plan since 2018.
No, we're under Biden's.
No. The Tax Cuts and Jobs Act was signed into law in 2018 under Donald Trump's administration and expires this year. under the entirety of the Biden-Harris administration, we were under Donald Trump's tax plan, and you just told us that you never vote for Donald Trump's tax plan again.
No, I wouldn't. I
Great.
wouldn't vote
Thank you for
Biden.
self-owning.
I mean, the economy was good under Trump. Am I wrong?
Wait, you're pivoting because you just told us that you never vote for the tax plan that we're currently under again. We're under Donald Trump's tax plan.
Under Biden's economy plan, yeah.
No. It was not Biden's tax plan. It was Trump's tax plan.
I guess.
Get cooked, bud.
How am I cooked?
Because you just told us that you never vote for Donald Trump's tax policy again.
Bro, we're under Biden's plans.
What's the name of Biden's tax policy?
I can't name it.
When did he pass it through Congress?
You tell me.
It's because he didn't.
He did.
No. Oh,
You can
so
search it up.
wow. Where's this? Okay, if you go online and you look up when does Donald Trump's tax cuts expire, it will read 2025. Why am I arguing fact and fiction with a child?
I don't know.
So earlier you were saying that you're 18.
I am 18. I don't know
No
where
way.
you're from.
No way. No, you have to be a child.
I'm 18.
Okay. Well, you're your age. You're an adult. You have a
I
responsibility.
take an economic class, AP, government AP. So, pretty smart at what I do.
Okay, how can you say that you are the most intelligent person in the room while also simultaneously saying that we have not been under Donald Trump's tax cuts for the last 4 years, even though it takes 5 seconds to go and Google?
I never even
are
said
we under
tax
Donald
cuts.
Trump's tax
I
cuts?
never even
and the
said
answer
tax
is yes.
cuts. I said his economy plans.
No. I asked you specifically if
I never said tax.
Yes, you did. Yes, you
I
did.
never
Because
said
yes,
the
you
word
did.
tax.
Stop lying, Ethan. I asked you specifically if.
You can clip it. Never said tax.
Should we do it? Because
Go
it already
ahead.
is clipped.
Please do it.
Do you want to do this to yourself? Why do you want to do this to yourself?
Please do it.
Why? Why do you want to do this to yourself, Ethan?
Show me. Show me. Never said tax.
All right, we're going to go ahead and do this. Hey, if you're watching on the YouTube stream, if you could like scrub back and drop the timestamp for when I asked him if he supports the Biden-Harris tax plan and he says no, then I asked him if he'd ever vote for it again. Could you just do that for me if you're watching on the YouTube stream? If you could just do that for me, find the timestamp real quick so I don't have to spend the next 5 years looking for it, just so I could get a quick dump. That'd be just phenomenal. So for the 2.7 thousand people on YouTube, I am officially tasking you guys with just very quickly finding that timestamp for me.
We're on TikTok, you know.
I'm dual streaming to YouTube, Ethan.
Oh, okay.
Just give it a moment for the stream to load. Christian, I do apologize for missing your previous super chat. Thank you for the $30 in the super chats over on YouTube. Thank you so much, Christian. That is incredibly kind. All right. Guess is actually stupid. That is so true.
I guess.
All right. I'm still. Can you guys please drop a timestamp of where in the video I asked him that question? That'd be great. Did anybody do that if you're watching on the YouTube stream? Oh, actually, he's more expensive for government expenditure. According to the CBO and the Treasury, it is the case that administration, we were under Donald Trump's tax on 2000. We've been.
So what? Did I say tax?
Okay, and he ran on a collection of policy, including tax cuts. Okay, and like the predominant driver of his expensive policy.
Economy plan. Economy. Did I say tax?
Taxes are too high right now. Let's see. Listen. And like the predominant driver of his expensive policy.
Economy plan. Economy.
So you think taxes are too high right now?
Yeah.
Would you ever vote for the tax code we're currently under again?
No.
Hey, Ethan apologized right now. A ukulele and
Okay,
tears.
I misheard you, buddy. But I said economy.
No. Apologize. Shut the fuck up. Apologize. Say, Dean, I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry that you took it out.
Good boy. Good
I'm
boy.
so
Good
sorry
boy.
you
Now I
took it
want
out
you
of
to
context.
apologize again.
I'm so sorry you took it out of context.
Good boy. Good boy. Now get out of here because holy shit, why am I spending my time on rage baiters like him? All right. We're going to go to move on to the next guest. Jesus fucking Christ, man. Oh my God. What is it? Why? Why do you do this to A, me, but B, yourself? Like, who does it benefit? Who does it benefit to just lie? Who does it benefit? Who? Hello, Krosh. Do you support Trump?
Yes.
All right, before we get into our debate, I have a couple people to thank. First and foremost, Kennedy with another $100 donation on Venmo. Jesus. Yo, can we please get 1,000 W Kennedys down below in that live chat? Thank you so much for the love, Kennedy. That is seriously so incredibly kind of you. Kennedy says Miami meant fun. Kennedy, I fucking love you so much. You're the best. Everybody, 1,000 Kennedy W's down below in the chat. I do not deserve that in the slightest, and I mean that. Seriously, thank you so much for the love. Also, Casey with a 2, Melanie with a 10, and Anna with a 5. Thank you guys so much. And oh my God, Christian with the $250 donation on PayPal. Oh my God, dude. Everybody show some love to Christian and Kennedy down below in that live chat, literally right now, dude. That is crazy. Christian says, congratulations on TikTok verification. Your career keeps rising. Remember me when you're the president of the U.S. Lol, that's a joke, but you're going to be busy fixing, well, everything. Dude, Christian, I really appreciate you so much for that. Yeah, that is a super big moment, by the way, guys. We did get verified on the main TikTok account down there in the bottom right-hand corner. And I guess I just wanted to talk about that for a second. Thank you. Thank you for everybody that has kind of followed along and been a part of everything that we've been able to do and build over the course of the last 2 years. Verification on Venmo, on TikTok is a much bigger deal than I've kind of put it out to be to me because I've been more focused on the debate since it occurred. Emily, thank you for the galaxy. But I mean, that's just so symbolic of something that is larger than me, is larger than you. And it is just so crazy to know. Like the millions of people who have watched my content and taken something away from it. I love you guys. I love you guys so much. And I mean that. But all right, we're going to go and do our last debate of the night. Krosh, do you support Trump?
Yes.
Why is that?
Hey, Dina, first of all, let me just congratulate you on the galaxy and all the support. You rock. Thanks for having me on. I just wanted to say that the grassroots progressive movement in response to Trump will be more beneficial for America than the retaliatory right-wing reaction to Kamala would have been. I feel like we might have gotten a civil war had Kamala won, and the fact that Trump won,
For the $10.
I believe that we will rally together, that we will create programs and processes that prevent this sort of thing in the future, and it wouldn't have been possible had Trump not been elected.
So you want to prevent it in the future, but you don't want to prevent it now.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like the craziness of the Trump grassroots movement would have overpowered us had we.
I'm sorry, guys. I would have been down for that like 2 hours ago. I'm over 4 hours. I don't have it in me to do it. I'm sorry for everybody that wanted to see a conversation between me and him. I've let you down. But honestly, at this point, I'm going to go ahead and end my stream for the night for the 6.5 thousand people in here on TikTok. Hey, guys, I really appreciate y'all for joining up today. It was a whole lot of fun. And seriously, do make sure to hit that follow button before you leave. I'm just going to text Parker real quick right now. As well as for the 2.7 thousand people over on YouTube. Love you all. Let's see if I have anything to say before I head out. Oh, A, really cool thing that may happen in the future. Next couple weeks, I may have Pete Buttigieg on the stream. Be on the lookout for the official announcement. Follow me on Instagram. That's where it'll come from. B, April 22nd is coming up. I will be in Texas A&M. We are going to have a podium and we'll be protesting Charlie Kirk. It'll be a lot of fun. If you're in the area, you should pull through. C. I don't know if I have a C. I don't have a C. That's all for now. Everybody, I love you. See you tomorrow. Hit that follow button. And good